Some movement tonight on a hot immigration topic that has divided MAGA world this week. Trump's pick to advise the White House on AI, a guy named Sriram Krishnan, came under fire this week over his positions on visas that our largest companies are using to stock themselves with cheap foreign labor. Krishnan wants to end the cap on H-1B visas, allowing for an endless flow of foreign labor that's largely been taking over white-collar American jobs. Surprisingly, Elon, Vivek, and even David Sachs jumped in and backed him up on his position, and lines were immediately drawn in MAGA world, with a lot of Trump voters out there pointing out the position being pushed by several top Trump allies is clearly not America first. Earlier this week, Vivek posted that he believes the visas are needed because America has fallen into a state of mediocrity, and other nations less fat from the wealth created by their forefathers are producing harder working, better educated candidates for American jobs. And while Vivek did make a good point in that rant that he put on X, the backlash to his H-1B position was swift. And at 4 o'clock this morning, Vivek shifted, now calling H-1B broken as it is, and saying this: "I've said it countless times in the last 2 years and will say it again. The H-1B system is badly broken. It should be replaced with one that focuses on selecting the very best of the best, not a lottery, pro-competitive, no indentured service to one company." Falling much more in line with Trump's position on this topic from 8 years ago when he first ran for president.
Nobody knows it better than me. I'm a businessman. These are laws, these are regulations, these are rules. We're allowed to do it. And frankly, it's very, very hard for our companies in this country, to compete. It's something that I frankly use, and I shouldn't be allowed to use. We shouldn't have it. Very, very bad for workers.
You have it right there. Now, Trump's more recent positions, because that was 8 years ago, his more recent positions on HB1 are relatively unknown. For the most part, he's been focused on the border and stopping illegal and chain migration into the country, while consistently also saying that he wants to expand legal immigration. But the backlash has forced the Doge boys, as we call them, to shift on ending the caps on HB1, enhancing the foreign visa, to now advising that America curtail it further. On Christmas Day, Elon posted HB1 was critical for America to keep winning, but then yesterday afternoon he posted, "Maybe this is a helpful clarification. I'm referring to bringing in via legal immigration, the top 0.1% of engineering talent as being essential for America to keep winning." So much more narrow scope on HB1. This after many posted evidence of just how much this visa program has been exploited by big American business, and there's a ton of it out there. A visa supposedly used to attract foreign talent for that very, very top amount of jobs that maybe Americans can't handle. In truth, no. It's used constantly by corporations looking for cheap labor to replace all of us. If you search HB1 databases, you'll find many entry-level positions for jobs like accounting. Look at all those. It goes on and on and on. Thousands of jobs. Fidelity used the H-1B to hire a workplace planning consultant for $61,000 per year. You telling me you can't find a workplace planning consultant in the United States of America? Of course you can. It's just a lot cheaper when you get one from India. There's countless examples of this. Companies using the allure of coming to the United States to snag cheaper talent that they can obviously control, because nobody wants to leave when they get here. And all of this is fleecing the American worker, but it's great for big business. A program the swamp loves, keeping the corporate oligarchs wealthier, their stock prices much higher. This is how Washington sounds on this issue.
So Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy in this particular case, I think, are exactly right. America's ability to attract talent from around the world is basically our economic superpower. I very much hope that they are able to influence Donald Trump on this particular issue, but I'm doubtful about it because, just as you mentioned, in his first term, Trump was actually quite hostile to legal immigrants, in particular, by the way, high-skilled legal immigrants. He made it really hard for them to come here.
By the way, Bill de Blasio is now a TV pundit, apparently. That's Catherine Rampell from the Washington Post spewing the official Washington talking points on the H-1B visa. And there is a shred of truth in her predictable statement, of course. But the full truth on this issue is much more complex. America certainly benefits from skimming the cream of the rest of the world, but that benefit is very limited. And it's being dramatically exploited by corporate America and has become a very serious liability. This program is corrupted further and further by corporations replacing high-paid Americans with cheap foreign labor. And if we end the caps on H-1B, which is how this all started with that conversation, we'll see a much more rapid escalation of one of our biggest problems, the disappearance of the good-paying American job, decimated in recent decades. And this isn't just an opinion, it is provable. In fact, Apple just paid $25 million to settle a lawsuit for favoring foreign hires like this and making it so hard for U.S. workers to apply for their jobs that few or none did for those certain jobs. They don't even want to look at an American candidate. They don't want to pay somebody twice as much and have no control over them. Facebook paying $14 million in a separate suit for that same behavior. This is happening in a lot of places. A lot of corporations. It expands far beyond just the tech sector. It goes all through big business in this country. Thousands of these visas every single year, thousands of jobs that in a lot of cases Americans should have that they're not getting. You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmidt tonight on Newsmax.